9 on the positive side. I'm Courtney Cortright. Thanks so much for joining us this weekend. A student is not even halfway through her college experience and is already making a name for herself as a leader. Natalie Wilson has more on her mission to help feed people in need.
Hey Skylar, your sweatshirt's cute. I like that yellow.
When Courtney Cortright started her freshman year at Wake Forest University, she was excited and nervous about building relationships.
I was afraid that I was going to be lost and alone, and so I got an email about like involvement fair. So I went to the involvement fair and I literally signed up for as much stuff as I could. Like anything that interested me, I put my name down on the email list.
Not only did she make friends,
just like through joining all of those clubs, I found so many people that were like-minded as me.
That network has helped Courtney make an impact on campus and within the greater Winston-Salem community. Now a sophomore, she has stepped into several leadership roles, including for Campus Kitchen. It's a student-led outreach where hot meals are prepared and delivered to local social agencies.
I'm on a cooking shift on Wednesdays from 5 to 7, and during that shift we go in, we cook all the food, we package it, we store it, and then the next day someone will come and deliver the food out.
Courtney had an immediate impact. She increased participation by reaching out to more students to get involved.
Shifts open next week and they're going to be full. Like you have to jump on the shifts. Like that's how popular Campus Kitchen has gotten.
That led to expanding delivery sites for meals and getting shifts back to where they were before the pandemic. Growth that was evident during its annual Thanksgiving initiative, Turkey Palooza.
If we didn't have all the volunteers we had for this Turkey Palooza, we definitely would not have been able to make as many meals in the time that we did, because we ended up having so many volunteers that it was like, okay, maybe we have too many people. Like it even got to that point.
The way Courtney has stepped up in a relatively short period of time is part of why she received the Community Impact Student Award from North Carolina Campus Engagement. A Wake Forest University administrator nominated her.
You can kind of fall into that cycle where you're doing these things and it's just a part of your daily schedule, and so you just kind of forget that you're actually making an impact somewhere, and so it's nice to be remembered, kind of be humbled, you're doing something good.
Just like Courtney once wondered about how she would find her place, she's now putting other students at ease through Campus Kitchen and as treasurer of the Black Student Alliance.
It's also about seeing people who look like you too and are thriving and are succeeding. And the first meeting I went to, there was just so many older people that were doing things that I wanted to do. And so as you get onto the exec board and as we have new freshmen come in, we just kind of try really hard to be the people that they see that made it, who can do it and are having a good time at Wake Forest.
Her kindness is impacting so many people. There is something new in Rocky Mount. You might know Lorima Coffee House for their coffee, but now they're stepping into something new. They're brewing beer.
Time is downtown at the coffee house, doing breakfast and lunch and coffee, and that's kind of our focus there. And then more so in the evening now here with the beverage company, we'll be doing dinner Wednesday, Thursday, lunch and dinner Friday and Saturday, and then on Sundays brunch. So we're now open already Wednesday through Sunday.
They're on the campus of Rocky Mount Mills, that's on Falls Road. Staying in Rocky Mount, this candy shop is not only popular with its customers, but also social media. Christy Candies has more than 90,000 followers on TikTok. Her treats in store have lots of people talking, from chocolate to candy grapes and pickles. She had a vision to make a store after years of making her sweet treats.
You can sit down and enjoy your treats, different flavors. So a lot of people they hook though, for real. I have same customers come in every day. First I started out at home. After about 3.5, 4 years, I got a concession trailer. The good Lord led me right back to this spot. And I was like, okay, we're gonna make this work.
Go to WNCT.com's online originals tab for more information. Do you love art? Emerge Gallery and Art Center in Greenville has something small for you to check out. Take a look at this. We're talking about these tiny art pieces. Now, their tiny art show helps support mainly local and state-based artists. The gallery will be filled with nearly 2,000 pieces of tiny art, all priced at $5 or $10.
What you bring is what we'll put up and install. So it gives people an opportunity to have their artwork in a gallery for the first time, and then also have it purchased so that they have that entrepreneurial aspect, that they'll get to have a check afterwards.
The money from the event will go to Emerge Gallery and arts, educational, and outreach programs. It's all happening February 1st. Ticket information is on our website, WNCT.com. Retirement is just a new beginning, and Chad Tucker found one woman who's created a fresh start using her hands and her heart.
Okay, this one here is going to be a Valentine's. Hello, Valentine.
Sharon Carter loves to stay busy.
My grandmother was a sewer, my mother was, but I've always liked to craft and do things with my hands.
Especially with her hands
Stick it in the bow maker.
and her heart.
All my grandkids love to come over and craft.
When she retired,
I wanted something that I enjoyed.
she came across door hangers.
That looks really fun. I think I'd like to do that.
And hello,
This is my way that works for me.
found joy.
Well, it's brought me a lot of joy. I mean, it just thrills me when I show somebody a board.
Welcome and inspirational signs for your home and office.
I did a lot of fall boards, and then we had Christmas, and then winter, and I'm getting ready to kick off Easter.
With the help of her brother,
My brother cuts them,
she then paints the board,
and I paint them both sides.
then creates the message.
Need to create our design.
And her favorite,
My bows are different than what they make.
her special Sharon bow.
So I think that's what makes my porch a little bit more unique.
And while it makes a little extra spending money, that's not what it's about. It's finding joy in sharing her talents and her time.
Okay, this bow's ready.
Teaching crafts with her grandkids and folks at the nearby nursing home.
Exactly.
That's where true joy is found. And right there, on the door,
Well, you got to find what brings you joy in life,
in Davidson County.
whatever that is.
Looking for Roy's folks.
Whether it's using your hands or
Chad Tucker,
going out and helping others.
Fox 8 News.
And when you find it, it's like, oh, I think that's it.
And also across the state, an artist in Lexington is capturing life and events around us in his work. Kendrick Joe enjoys using mediums like charcoal, pastels, and digital art. He started drawing at an early age and never stopped. Now he's helping all generations find their creativity and find what they're most passionate about.
I know I'm not going to be here forever, so I want to be able to leave something that starts a conversation even when I'm gone. Art is important because it's powerful. It's one of those things where it means something different to so many different people.
He says he loves talking to children about art to hopefully get them excited about it. If you have a story idea, you can send it on over to us. We want to hear about the positive things happening where you live. Just email newsdesk@WNCT.com. You can also reach out to me on social media. An astronaut in training is teaching younger generations. Ahead on 9 on the positive side, the out of this world story. Learning is so much more than just reading a textbook. Pamlico County Schools knows that's true because they're giving students an interactive approach to learning, and they say it's working. Now to your sides, Erin Jenkins has a look at their newest STEM lab.
This room is full of robots, Legos, iPads, and so much more. But believe it or not, these students are actually learning the science, technology, engineering, and math behind it all.
You may be wondering, what are these students learning here? They're actually taking a math lesson about area and perimeter and putting it to practice using these STEM tools. The Pamlico County School System opened this STEM lab at their primary school to give elementary students the STEM training. Their teachers say this type of learning is creating those light bulb moments.
The engagement factor, yes, is huge in here, and they are dialed in, so they get to take what we learned in the classroom and put it in action here in a real life way, and they see the application. Oh, when I'm older, I can do blah, blah, blah. Yes, that's what this is working towards. So it kind of is a win-win in all kinds of ways.
Teachers and administrators say it's more than just the education piece, though. Students are also learning communication and collaboration skills that will help carry them through the rest of their lives.
Now, this space was made possible through the Bosch Community Fund. Pamlico County Schools says they hope to provide more opportunities like this one for their students moving forward. In Bayboro, Erin Jenkins, 9 on your side.
An East Tennessee man is training to become an astronaut and hoping to inspire the next generation. Andrew Webb Buffington wanted to speak with children who were in the same position he was 7 years ago. Webb says when he entered the foster care system, he struggled with motivation and nearly gave up on his education. But the staff at this children's home was patient and kind with him, encouraging him to strive for his best.
The thing that stuck with me is they didn't try to change me immediately. They stuck around to continually and slowly try to improve me. And they eventually reached me and made me realize that there is something special in me and I should probably turn my life around. And from that point on, I've done a complete 180 transition to my life, and I have this place to thank for it.
Andrew decided to join the military before he attended and graduated from the International Institute for Astronautical Sciences. He also has become the first American to complete Special Astronaut Diver Distinctive Training. He's still on his journey, though, to officially becoming an astronaut, but says the mentors he met during his teenage years have given him the motivation to keep pushing forward towards his dream. A new picture book honoring her grandparents ahead on 9 on the positive side, the tribute and legacy of the Kings. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. inspired millions around the world, and now his only granddaughter aims to pick up where he left off. 15-year-old Yolanda Renee King has released a new picture book, We Dream a World. It's a tribute to her celebrated grandparents. Donna Terrell caught up with Yolanda at Spelman College in Atlanta, where 5 generations of King women attended school.
I am ready to keep my eyes on the prize that you set out before us with the power of your vision.
Words lifted off the page from the only grandchild of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. as Yolanda Renee King reads from her new picture book, We Dream a World.
Yes, Grandma Coretta. Yes, Granddaddy Martin. I am ready.
She calls it a letter to her celebrated grandparents.
Let's talk about the book. What inspired it?
Well, I think that for a very long time we've needed a message to the world of what type of world we can have. And I think that if you look at movements, it's led by young people.
This socially engaged 15-year-old
If I could speak to my grandfather today,
has been sharing her message to large crowds for years, including the one here with her mom and dad, Martin Luther King III, at the March on Washington.
I see you've been giving a lot of speeches. You like doing that?
So funny that you've asked, because actually, if you ask my parents, I've always loved talking. I've always had something to say.
And she's saying it with passion.
I'm 14 years old, and I'm just getting started.
And conviction, speaking last year at an MLK program at Clemson University, taking on tough issues like homelessness and violence.
I know it is my duty as an American to use the platform given to me by my grandparents' sacrifices to uplift the voices of my peers.
I think I've always had a concern about these issues, and I've always heard his speeches playing around the house.
This young change maker says in her granddad's speeches and books are the answers to reimagine his dream.
He left us behind homework, and I feel like we've been procrastinating on that homework.
Andrea Waters King uses her wisdom to support her daughter. She recalls a reporter asking Yolanda if she wanted to pattern herself after Dr. King.
She thought about it for a few seconds, and she quickly said, yes, I do, because those footsteps are important, but I want to make my own footsteps.
The book, a continuation of Yolanda's calling.
She described herself as like having an itch, you know, that you just have to scratch.
I feel like I have an obligation to continue the work that he didn't quite get to, that he didn't get to reach.
We are going to be a great generation.
Blazing her own trail of social activism, Yolanda takes with her Dr. King's legacy.
We are ready to reach.
His name.
To rise, to sparkle like stars in a bold blue sky.
And his dream.
From today to tomorrow, we dream a world.
In Atlanta, Donna Terrell reporting.
Yolanda Renee King never met her grandparents, but feels their spirit is always with her. The book was released right before what would have been Dr. King's 95th birthday. And February is Black History Month. WNCT has something special for you coming up on February 23rd. You can join us 5:30 that Friday afternoon for our Honoring Black History Month special. You'll be able to catch impactful stories right here in Eastern North Carolina and beyond in this 30-minute special. And up next on 9 on the Positive Side, these seniors take their hidden talents on stage. A group of seniors in Cary are using theater to challenge their minds and having some fun along the way. Chloe Rafferty shows us why access to the arts is important for all ages.
Not as well known as those first two, Pragma is also referred to as mature love.
Acting with a twist. When the Templeton Readers Theater rehearses and performs, they have their scripts in hand.
Memorization gets a little bit harder as you get older.
The group performs at the Templeton, a senior living community in Cary.
We'll go back around the rooms.
Deborah Grannon, president of the Cary Players Community Theater, leads the group through a partnership with the town.
I put a few plays together, they put some plays together.
She's an advocate for making the arts accessible for everyone.
I'm getting older. I've discovered the opportunities are not there the way they were when I was in my 20s and 30s and even 40s.
It made it more special. I've learned from Deborah, and we've all learned from each other.
Grannon encourages seniors to use the arts to exercise their minds and bodies.
There are good ways that you can still be active in the arts and not be intimidated by late night rehearsals and having to memorize long scripts.
Taking the stage, discovering hidden talents, and having fun along the way.
I discovered the sense of humor that so many of the performers had. They don't want boring material, they want material that's got a little depth to it.
It brings us closer to each other, and it's something we can do for the enjoyment of everybody.
Watch us learn and grow. We're just going to keep doing it.
Love me tender, love me do, love me like you do.
In Cary, Chloe Rafferty, CBS 17 News.
And thank you so much for joining us for 9 on the Positive Side this weekend. One last thing, a happy dog as their new owner signs adoption papers. Have a great weekend, everyone.